And now we are going to see the question patterns we can expect from the particular chapter, that is the conservation, ecological conservation, diversity, biological diversity, and then we are going to see the questions from the final chapter, that is the environmental issues. And see the first question over here. Which one of the following areas in India is a hot spot of biodiversity? So as I told you in the introduction section of the particular chapter, there are many hot spots in the world. Okay, hot spots refers to the area which contains huge biological diversity or various species in a certain area or specific area. Okay, so there are around 34 hotspots is being identified and located all around the world. Among the 34, there are 3 hotspots is being located in and around or in India. Okay, and you have to find out the one among the choices and see the choices: Eastern Ghats, Sundarbans, Gangetic Plain and Western Ghats. Okay, and I told you there are 3 locations: Western Ghats, okay, and the Indo-Burman Himalayan border and Sri Lankan border. These 3 areas belongs to the Indian hotspots. So the answer over here among the choices, the Western Ghats. All the remaining not belongs to the particular hotspots. Of course, Sundarbans belongs to something called natural reservoir, but we cannot call them as hotspot. Okay, because hotspots refers to the availability of huge varieties of diversification of species in a single place. That is what the point you have to remember about the hotspot. Fine. See the next question. Which one of the following have the highest number of species in nature? As I told you in the previous section, number of species that has been recorded till today. Okay, and 70% of the entire biological diversity belongs to animals and around 22% belongs to plants. Okay, so among the 70% animals, 70% of them are insects. This is what the point you have to remember. Okay, in the 100% of the entire biological diversity, animals are dominating. 70% of them animal. Among the animals, 70% are insects. Now you can easily answer the question, which one of the following have the highest number of species? You can easily eliminate fungi and angiosperms because they belongs to the plants or photosynthetic system, and you have to choose in between insects and birds. As I told you, insects, they are gonna carry or they are gonna be belongs to more than 70% of the entire animal world. So you can easily eliminate the birds. The answer over here is insect. Fine. See the next question. Find out the maximum genetic diversity. Okay, which among the following has the maximum genetic diversity in India? And see the choices: mango, wheat, teak, tea. And we have genetic diversity in all the plant varieties, of course, in teak, tea, wheat and mango. But the question over here, it is asking about which among the following has the maximum genetic diversity. Okay, and compared to the wheat, teak, tea, mango has the highest genetic diversity in India. Around 4,000 to 5,000 different varieties of species in mango is available in India. Okay, suppose instead of wheat, teak or tea, suppose you have rice, mango, rice, teak and tea, you have to go for rice as a choice because we have more than thousands of 10,000 varieties of rice varieties available in India. Okay, so if you have rice as a choice, you have to choose rice. When there is no rice, when mango is available, then you have to choose mango as most genetically diverse species in India. Fine. See the next question. One of the endangered species in Indian plant. Okay, one of the endangered species of Indian plant. See the choices: Osimum, garlic, nepenthes and podophyllum. Okay, so all the plants actually belongs to the medicinal plants of India, and endangered refers to they are about to become extinct. Okay, they are being over exploited by the particular human population. That is what the point you have to remember. And as I told you, all the varieties, Osimum, garlic, nepenthes, podophyllum, all are belongs to Indian medicinal plants. They are being harvested and utilized for their medicinal properties. For example, podophyllum. Okay, They contain active ingredient to treat cancer, skin diseases. Okay, they are being in endangered category. That means they are in the about extinct category compared to the remaining varieties of the particular question choices. Okay, so the podophyllum is the correct answer for the particular type of question. The endangered species of Indian medicinal plant, podophyllum. Fine. See the final question over here. Which group of vertebrates comprises the highest number of endangered species? Again, endangered refers to they are about to disappear from the world. Okay. See the choices: mammals, fishes, reptiles and birds. As I told you in the introduction chapter, only two categories of vertebrates they are in most endangered condition: amphibians and mammals. There are no amphibians given for you, so you can easily eliminate the fishes, reptiles and birds. The choice over here, correct choice over here available for you is mammals. Okay, this is how you have to understand and answer the particular type of questions. As I told you, you can expect the questions like this only from the particular chapter. What is the organism and what is the location, what is the hotspot and what is the area belongs to the particular hotspot. In such a way you can expect the questions, and now we are going to see the next set of questions from the particular chapter. And now see the next set of questions over here. The species confined to a particular region and not found elsewhere. Okay, so as I told you in the conservation of biodiversity losses, so what we can go for, we have to go for to identify the hotspots, and in that way we can preserve or conserve the species available in the particular hotspot. And there are some hotspots. Why we are calling these as hotspots? Because there are so many species, they are found only in the particular hotspots or in the particular location, and they were absent from any other places in the particular India or any other places from the world. So the point you have to remember over here, you can conserve the particular species only within the particular area. You cannot isolate them or you cannot move them from the particular place, and you cannot conserve them in other different environment or in different places. Okay, so you have to maintain them or you have to conserve those species within the particular natural environment. That areas, as I told you, belongs to the hotspots of world. And as I told you in the previous section, there are 3 hotspots belongs to India, and the question is asking about in the particular thing, the species confined to a particular region only. That's the point you have to remember. Okay, and there are some choices: endemic, keystone, rare, alien. What do you mean by alien? Alien is a species that is being introduced from some other place. You can easily eliminate them. Rare may not be the correct answer for the particular question, because the question is not talking about the rarity of the species, it's talking about the location of the particular species. So you can easily eliminate the rare. Keystone may not be the correct term over here, and the endemic is the correct answer over here. Endemic refers to the presence of the species only at a unique location of the particular hotspots of world. Fine. See the next question. Which among the following one is not used for excitive conservation, plant conservation? As I told you, while we are seeing in the conservation of biodiversity, there are 2 major methods: in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. In situ conservation, as I told you, maintaining the hotspots. We are going to maintain the plants or the animals in a natural environment. Ex situ conservation refers to we are going to move away the particular plants or animals from their location to another new environment. In that way, we are going to protect them from the extinction. Fine. See the choices over here: shifting cultivation, botanical garden, field gene banks and seed banks. The question is asking about one not used for excitive. Okay, as I told you, for plant conservation we can go for the storing or preserving of the plant seeds in the seed banks. So you can easily eliminate the gene bank and seed bank from these choices, because that actually belongs to excitive plant conservation. And see the remaining choices: shifting cultivation and botanical garden. As I told you, botanical garden are artificially prepared and maintained by the government or any private sectors. Okay, so they are actually belongs to excitive conservation. So the correct choice over here, the shifting cultivation, is actually not belongs to excitive plant conservation. Fine. See the next question. A species facing extremely high risk of extinction in the immediate future. The clue for you over here, extremely high risk of extinction in the immediate future. See the choices: vulnerable, extinct, endemic, critically endangered. You can easily eliminate the choice extinct because they are still alive, they are still present, but they are facing high risk of extinction in the immediate future. So you can easily eliminate the choice extinct. Vulnerable, endemic. Endemic, as I told you, the presence of a specific species at a specific hotspot is called endemic. So you have to choose in between vulnerable and critically endangered. The correct choice over here is critically endangered. They are in critical condition, endangered position. That is what called. There belongs to the extremely high risk of extinction in the immediate future. Fine. So the correct choice over here is D. And see the last question over here. The organization which publishes the red list of species. So what do you mean by red list? As I told you in the previous question. And this is the organization. IUCN refers to International Union for Conserving Nature, formed in the year 2004. Okay. What they are doing, they have released some list called red code list or red list that contains the list of critically endangered species. Okay, that means about to extinct. So the choice over here, you can easily eliminate all the remaining. As I told you, the IUCN as the group or organization, they are going to release the particular red list. According to the list, as I told you in the previous sections, there are some 330 something vertebrates, 350 something invertebrates, 97 plant species there in the extinct category. Okay, and these are all the questions we can expect from the particular chapter. Now we are going to discuss the questions from the environmental issues. Now see the questions from the final chapter, environmental issues, and see the first question over here. Suitable indicator of the sulfur dioxide, SO2 pollution in the land. Okay, and see the choices: fungi, algae, conifers and lichens. Actually there are some groups: fungi, algae, conifers and lichens. Which one we can go for to measure or to identify as biomarker to measure the or indicate the presence of the sulfur dioxide pollution? Actually what do you mean by lichens? Lichens is the association of fungi and algae. They are very sensitive to the presence of sulfur dioxide. In presence of very low quantity of even the very low quantity or volume of sulfur dioxide will prevent the growth of the particular lichens. So this is an indicator compared to the remaining choices. The lichens are very sensitive to the particular sulfur dioxide pollution. So we can go for the lichens as a bio indicator to indicate the sulfur dioxide pollution. Fine. See the next question: eutrophication of water bodies leading to killing of fishes due to the non-availability of what? See the choices: food, light, essential minerals and oxygen. What is eutrophication? As I told you, the disappearance of water bodies, for example pond or river or any big water bodies, because of the deposition of organic matter. Okay, and that will leads to the covering of the entire land. That land, I mean the water body is being filled or converted into the land. That is what called eutrophication. And the question is asking about the killing of fishes. What is the reason? Non-availability of what? Fine. See the choices: food, as I told you, growth of plants, or huge increase in the availability of organic manure or organic matter that will increase or support the life, especially the plants. So availability of food may not be the major cause because food is available in a huge manner. Light, of course light is available because as I told you, light we are going to receive the pond system or any water body, they are going to receive from the sun. Essential minerals, if food is available, the minerals also is being available. So oxygen is the matter. The non-availability of the enough oxygen that leads to killing of the fishes in the particular pond, that is because of the eutrophication that will leads to the killing of fishes. Fine. See the next question: the zone of atmosphere that the ozone layer is present. Zone of atmosphere, and see the choices: ionosphere, mesosphere, troposphere and stratosphere. You can easily eliminate the meso and iono, and you have to choose in between the troposphere and stratosphere. And in both the layers, troposphere and stratosphere, the ozone is present, but we can divide the ozone layer into two categories, good ozone layer and bad ozone layer. The good ozone layer is present in the stratosphere, that is the naturally formed ozone layer. The troposphere, which contains the bad ozone layer, this is because of the human activities. Okay, so the correct choice over here, zone of atmosphere, the ozone layer is present is stratosphere. Fine. See the next question. The Chipko movement was launched for the protection of, as we have discussed in the previous section, in the introduction section, Chipko movement to protect the plants in the particular area done by the people in the particular area of Himalayas, Garhwal people. And see the choices, livestock, wetlands, forest, grassland. We are talking about plants, so you can easily limit the livestock. Wetland, forest, grassland. They have hugged the trees and prevent the trees from being cut by the other people. So we are talking about the trees of forest. Chipko movement is talking about the protection of forest by the people of Himalayas. Fine. See the next question, the two gases making the highest relative contribution to the formation of greenhouse gases are, see the choices, methane and nitrous oxide, CFCs, chlorofluorocarbon and nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide and carbon dioxide and methane. The point you have to remember over here, all the choices are correct because they are all going to contribute to the greenhouse effect, chlorofluorocarbon, nitrous oxide, carbon monoxide and methane. But the question is asking about highest relative contribution. This is what the point you have to remember. As I told you, carbon dioxide, they are going to contribute around 60%. Nitrogen oxide, they are going to contribute around 6%. CFCs, they are going to contribute around 14%. And methane, they are going to contribute around 20%. So the point you have to remember over here, which one has the highest composition or proportion relative contribution? Of course this one, carbon dioxide 60%, methane 20%, and that is the correct choice you have to go for. Fine, now we are going to see the next set of questions. And now see the next set of questions over here, and see the first question over here. Montreal Protocol aims at, as I told you, the Montreal Protocol was in the Canada, okay, and discuss something about the ozone layer depletion. And see the choices, biodiversity conservation, control of water pollution, control of carbon dioxide emission, and reduce the ozone depleting substances. That is what, as I told you, the CFCs, the release of carbon fluorocarbons, okay, release of CFCs by the countries to the atmosphere, that will cause the artificial global warming. Okay, so the Montreal Protocol was discussed something about the reduction or reduction of the ozone depleting substances by the human activities. So the choice over here, the D. And see the next question over here, fluoride pollution mainly affect, okay, fluoride pollution, this is talking about the soil and water pollution. Presence of fluoride in water and soil, especially the water. So what will happen? It will affect brain, heart, kidney and teeth. Actually what happens over here, the fluoride will cause the effect called fluorosis. Fluorosis refers to, instead of calcium, it is going to incorporate it into the bones. That leads to the brittleness of the bones, weakness caused by the particular fluorosis, the presence of the fluorine instead of calcium in the bones. That will lead to the weakness, that will lead to premature aging, loss of teeth and loss of the bone, the strong bones, everything. So it will not affect brain, heart, kidney, it will affect the teeth or any bone structures of the animal body. Fine. See the next question, the maximum greenhouse gas released by, one among the which country, following countries? India, France, Britain and USA. And among the choices, India belongs to the developing and remaining most of them belongs to the developed. And the choice, correct answer over here, the question over here, as I told you, the maximum greenhouse gas released by the developed country USA, not from the highly populated India. This is less, comparatively less populated USA, they are releasing huge amount of greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. Fine. See the next question, the intensity of sound in normal conversation. Here we are talking about the sound level. Okay, as I told you, we can measure the sound level by means of the unit called decibel, and see the levels 10 to 20, 30 to 60, 70 to 90 and 120 to 150 decibel. And as I told you, we cannot hear this value, this 10 to 20 decibel we cannot hear. The sound human ear cannot perceive. That is what the point you have to remember. And 70 to 90, 120 to 150 are the maximum level. Okay, 120 to 150, that will surely they are going to cause the permanent damage to the eardrums. 70 to 90 is beyond the permissible level, and 30 to 60 is a normal conversation level of sound, decibel. Okay, it would be around 40 to 60 or 50 to 60. That is what the point you have to remember about the normal conversation sound level, decibel. Fine. See the final question. Carbon monoxide is a pollutant because here we are talking about not carbon dioxide, this is carbon monoxide, CO is a pollutant. As we all know, it's a pollutant. What is the reason behind why we are calling this as carbon monoxide as pollutant? And there are choices given for you. Makes nervous system inactive, it reacts with the oxygen, it inhibits the glycolysis, it reacts with hemoglobin, HP refers to hemoglobin. And carbon monoxide instead of oxygen, okay, we are going to inhale the carbon monoxide, or we are going to inhale the oxygen. Instead of carbon dioxide, it is going to produce carbon monoxide. What will happen? As I told you, suppose you have two choices for your respiratory system, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Okay, your respiratory system will go for carbon monoxide because this is not beneficial to our respiratory system, but the carbon monoxide has more affinity than the carbon dioxide to our human respiratory system. That means you can easily eliminate this one. This is not talking about the nervous system, and this is not talking about the glycolysis. You have to choose in between. It reacts with oxygen, it reacts with hemoglobin. Actually, it reacts with hemoglobin. Okay, hemoglobins are the proteins in the RBCs. They are going to carry the oxygen to the cells, and they are going to carry back the carbon dioxide to the respiratory apparatus. The point you have to remember over here, carry back, as I told you, hemoglobin, they are going to carry back the carbon dioxide. They are going to carry the oxygen and to the cell. From the cell, they are going to carry back the carbon dioxide to the particular respiratory apparatus, that is lungs. So what will happen over here? There is no carbon dioxide is present, then carbon monoxide is present. What will happen? It has more affinity to the hemoglobin than the oxygen or carbon dioxide. What will happen? It will not dissociate from the hemoglobin. That will reduce the amount of usable hemoglobin in the human body, so that it reacts with the hemoglobin. In that way, it will cause the suffocation, and without treatment, it will lead to death. Okay, that is what the point you have to remember. So that only we cannot enter into the cement factory without the proper equipment, because they will release huge amount of cement powder and carbon monoxide in the air, immediate environment. That will cause the suffocation to the human body or any animal body. And now we are going to see the next set of questions. And now we are going to see the final set of questions over here, and see the first question. In a coal-fired power plant, okay, this is talking about the power plant. Just imagine a power plant which is being powered by the coal. Coal-powered power plants, the electrostatic precipitators are installed to control the emission of, and there are some choices given for you: nitrous oxide, solid particulate matter, carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide. As I told you, electrostatic precipitators, okay, so over there in the structure involved, the electrostatic wires, high voltage electrostatic wires, they are going to attract the dust and other particles. In that way, they are going to remove the solid matters from the particular, releasing smoke from the particular industry. And see the choices: nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide, actually it is being removed by the Another apparatus or instrument present over there, the scrubber. I told you the term scrubber. Scrubber will remove or filters out the sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide from the particular smoke. And carbon monoxide may not be the correct answer. As I told you, the SPM refers to the solid particulate matter that will be removed by the the emission of the SPM will be controlled by the electrostatic precipitator, and that will precipitate out all the solid particles. They are actually harmful when they are in a size of around less than 2.5 micrometer. Okay, they are more harmful for the human body or any other animal body, and that will be released, that will be treated or removed by the particular treatment in the presence of electrostatic precipitator. Fine. See the next question. Prolonged liberal irrigation of an agricultural land. Okay, this is called, okay, the question is asking about or discuss something about, in a particular land we are going to perform prolonged irrigation, continuous water supply for the agricultural purposes. Prolonged liberal irrigation of agricultural land. What will happen? Likely to create what kind of problem? This is what your question. As I told you, prolonged irrigation, that will lead to the water logging. The huge amount of water will be logged in the particular agricultural land, and that will allow the solution, preparation of solution or dissolving of salt in the below surface area of the particular soil, and that will resurface the particular salt to the above layer of the particular soil. Okay, so what is the major cause over here? Because of the water logging or continuous irrigation to the particular agricultural land, it will cause the resurfacing of salt from the particular soil. And see the choice over here, metal toxicity may not be the correct answer, acidity and aridity or alkalinity, and salinity, that will create the problem of salinity, because it is going to allow or resurface the salt of the particular soil environment. Fine. See the next question. The formation of ozone hole is maximum over. This is very direct question and a very easy question. See the choices. Europe, India, Africa and Antarctica. As we all know, over the Antarctica, the thinningness or the ozone layer is very thin over the Antarctica compared to the remaining parts of the atmosphere. Fine. So choice over here is Antarctica. See the next question. The deforestation will decreases. This is also very easy question. What will be the major cause of deforestation? Deforestation will decreases. This is the point you are not supposed to get confused. Will decreases. Of course, because of deforestation, the soil erosion will increase. The landslide will increase. This is what the point you have to remember. And soil fertility and rainfall. It is not going to improve the soil fertility, but when compared to these two choices, it will decrease. The major effect will be around will be on the rainfall. It will decreases the rainfall. The deforestation will affect only the rainfall. Fine. See the final question over here. The Air Act. Air Act refers to Air Prevention and Control Act. Came into force in the year. This is also a direct question, and you can expect this kind of questions in the particular chapter. Okay. So this is a direct question. The answer is 1981. With this, we are going to wind up the entire NEET syllabus, and I am going to meet you again in the next preparation. Thank you.